This show brought to you by Read the Play, Promoted Trophy and Clothing Company, Kempe International, De Grande Cycle and Sport.
We're back on the local Geelong Junior Football and Netball show. Moving into our football segment now out here at Winter Reserve, and we're just coming off the under-16 game between the Belmont Lions and Model Warrior. Tight win for the Belmont Lions, and we've got Jake Gibbs from that Model Warrior side. Jake, you must be pretty disappointed that things just didn't fall your way in the end.
Yeah, we had our opportunities and we just didn't kick straight in the end.
And a couple of interesting things I know in that first quarter. I saw you probably could have whacked on the left a couple of times, but you seem to like that check side, and it actually did work a couple of times today.
Yeah, I should go with me left. I've been practicing it, but just don't have the confidence at the moment.
And you're playing in some pretty trying conditions. The ball was fairly slippery, like a bar of soap at times. How did you find that?
Yeah, it was pretty difficult, but Belmont Lions boys seemed to handle it better than we did, so we fumbled it a bit. They got their run off the back line, and that's probably what hurt us.
Yes, certainly, mate. And I guess being out at Model Warrior, do you find that a lot of your players do come from your country town because it's fairly small, or is it sort of you find a few boys come out from maybe a few of the other towns nearby?
Well, there's a few Grovedale boys, and we got a few Winch boys come in this year to help us out. And yeah, we had our Bear 18. We had a few injuries today, which probably hurt us. And
you're in our Division 3 as well. Is that somewhere where you think you can be competitive throughout the season?
Yeah, well, we started off playing, we underestimated ourselves in the early part of the grading, and then we're probably finding our feet a bit now and getting challenged more, which is better.
Oh, that's good, Jake. Good luck for the rest of the season in that Division 3 under-16. We've been joined by Jake Gibbs, the Model Warrior under-16s here on the Geelong Junior Football and Netball Show. Moving on in our football segment here on the Geelong Junior Football and Netball Show, we've been joined by Rob, the coach of the Model Warrior under-16s. And I imagine, Rob, that the boys must be fairly disappointed coming off a tight loss that they probably could have won had they taken a few of those chances.
Yeah, look, it was a bit disappointing, but in the end, we did have only the Bear 18 today, and it did cost us. The Belmont side were able to run a lot stronger through the second part of the game, and to their credit, they deserved it. I was really impressed with the way they played. They're a very disciplined side. They run, handball, they did all the things that I'm sure the coach would have asked of them. And in the end, it was their team-orientated play that probably brought us undone.
Division 3 is where you've been drawn after the grading games in the under-16s. Do you think that's a fair assessment of where the boys are at?
Yeah, I think so. We did assess early in the year that we were probably lower than that, but at that stage we had quite a thin list, and then Chelsea weren't able to get a side up, and we got 6 kids from down there, and that made us a little bit better than we initially thought we'd be. So our grading games were probably at a lower level, and we may have been misguided by that. But now we're in our genuine level, I think, about Division 3 is where we're at. We did miss a couple of our better players today, but I don't know in the end that it would have made that much difference. I just think the discipline of the opposition was probably always going to be better than ours, and it's something we can learn from over the next few weeks.
And I know your senior coach as well out there, Devon Sproul. He's giving opportunities to young guys like Kane Pickering, Luke Sharp, Luke Gibbs, all playing in your senior side so far this season. That must give a few of these guys a bit of hope that maybe 1 or 2 years down the track, there's a real chance that they could be playing senior football for Model Warrior.
Look, there's no doubt the Model Warrior Football Club has taken a line that it needs to look at juniors more, and we've told the fellas in this side that they should be looking beyond this year. Previous years, the under-12 and under-14, certainly development football, but the under-16 section is about where young players take a serious step into senior football, and these group are well aware of the opportunities that will present themselves over the next 3 or 4 years, and we want to use this year as a preparation season for them for the extra rigours that they'll face in under-18 first and then senior football.
No, lovely, Rob. Well, we thank you for your time on the Geelong Junior Football and Netball Show, and good luck for the rest of the season with the Model Warrior under-16 side. Moving into the Belmont Lions side of things, we've got the successful coach Mick from the Belmont under-16s, and I imagine you must be feeling pretty good, Mick, about how the boys ended up today and finished very well after Model Warrior did take a lead in that third quarter.
Yeah, no, pretty happy with them actually. That's something I drill into them at training, never give up, no matter what the score is. We've had a couple of matches where we've been obviously belted, but the boys have never given up, which is a real positive.
No, it certainly is, and you've got some very talented kids running around. Just tell us about a few of the guys that we might need to watch for from the Belmont Lions under-16 sides, not only this year, but in the coming seasons pressing forward as well.
Yeah, well, as the Model Warrior under-16s coach said, we've had a couple of guys. We've had Davey Sanzaro, number 21, is down with the Falcons squad at the moment, and he actually played in all our senior practice matches. So, and Adam Boyd, Beefy, and Jake Doubledown, they're guys, and Brent Van Meulen, they're guys that are going to be leading the club in a few years' time. So, and they often go train with the seniors, which is I encourage them, which is a good thing.
No, that's good news as well, and I guess they're buoyed when they see a young guy like Lockie Edwards playing in your senior side, and he's been absolutely fantastic and keeps putting his name up. He's seen him in the best already a few times this season, and when they see a guy similar to their age doing the things that he's doing, that must give them a lot of confidence as well.
Yeah, well, Locke still can play under 16s, and we've had Jamie Duggan, who's a under 18s guy from under 16s, and another guy, Adam Straw, who's playing seniors as well. So we are encouraging the youth to play, which is a really good thing because we've got good guys around them to mentor them, like Harmy Williams and Brad Edwards, guys like that who have played a lot of good footy, which is good for these young blokes.
And do you see it? Is it difficult as well, I guess, with clubs such as South Bar and Grovedale in the region, big GFL clubs? Do you sometimes find it difficult to get those players, or the numbers are normally fairly good?
No, that's a really good point. We do struggle with the numbers, and I encourage all of my players to bring their friends, and it doesn't matter how good, how bad they are, I treat them all equally, which is a massive thing. It doesn't matter if you're the best or worst player. It does make it hard with especially South Barwon there. They tend to get all the better players when we struggle to get the better players over here, but once they're here, they really enjoy it.
Lovely, Mick. Well, all the best for the season ahead for the Belmont Lions under 16 side. Thanks for joining us on the Geelong Junior Football and Netball Show. Moving on again in the football section of the Geelong Junior Football and Netball Show, we've been joined by Matt and Brent from the Belmont Lions under 16 sides. And Matt, you're coming off a very good win and a very tight win that you probably did deserve in the end against Mottawarri.
Yeah, we played well, but we just got to get tighter in the back line a bit more often because we got something a bit loose at times.
And Brent, just tell us about the role that you did play in that victory today.
Yeah, I reckon it was good. Played in a few different positions, but yeah, I did all right.
And obviously we've got a big focus on the juniors on this show, and we know it's good that you guys are really helping out and putting your hand up. Matt, your mum is actually the junior coordinator down here at Belmont, and she's got you and Brent both into the Auskick program, and you're helping out down there. Just tell us a little bit about the role that you two play in that Auskick program.
Well, we're just coaches. We just help them develop their skills and let them have a fun time. It's all about.
And Brent, what sort of skills have you been focusing on with those younger players?
More just their kicking, handballing, just picking up the ball skills like that, yeah.
So things are looking good for the future of the Belmont Lions?
Yeah, we've got a few good players actually.
That's certainly good as well. And I guess you guys coming off a win today, how much confidence do you take from that, Matt? And do you think it's something that could push you forward to a successful season down here?
Yeah, we could go pretty good in Division 3. We've got some tough sides that I think we could beat.
No, that's good. And you're our vice captain as well, Brent. How much of a leadership role do you think you'll be playing throughout the season?
Yeah, I'll be playing just a little part. I think Boydie and Beefy will be playing more of a role.
Boydie and Beefy, the two captains down here for the under-16s at the Belmont Lions. We'll be talking to them in a little bit, but thanks for your time, boys, on the Geelong Junior Football and Netball Show. We've got Adam and Sam, the two captains of the Belmont Lions under-16s, here with us on the Geelong Junior Football and Netball Show. And Adam, you're coming off a very good win, and as the captain as well, just talk us through your role in the side and where you do play in that leadership role that you've taken on as well.
Oh, well, I just usually play around the half-back, just run it off and feed it through the centre, and if it gets in the forward line, the boys do it good, just score, yeah.
And what about as captain as well? You've got the little jobs like toss the coin as well, but do you talk to the boys before the game or do any little things like that?
Oh, well, I don't really like it. Boydie usually does it. Don't really like talking much.
That's okay. Well, we're glad you have joined us anyway. And Sam, obviously, if you are taking on those talking roles, what sort of messages do you try and give the boys just before you go out there on some pretty cold mornings down here at Winter Reserve?
Just try to encourage them and tell them to keep their heads up and just hit it hard. Yeah.
And what about your role in the side, and what is it that you enjoy about playing football as well?
Just getting the hard footy and just getting in under.
What position does Mick normally throw you in?
Normally the centre. Yeah.
And what sort of hours as well do you put into your football? You're training once or twice a week, or?
We train twice a week, every week, yeah.
Twice a week. So it's obviously a game that you both love, I imagine, Adam.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I like it.
No, well, that's good to hear that things are going well and boding well for a successful season down here for the Belmont Lions under-16 side. Boys, thanks for your time. This has been the Geelong Junior Football and Netball Show. I'm Tim Mitchell, your host, and be with us again next week on Friday morning from 7 a.m. for more local junior football action from around the Geelong region.
This show brought to you by Read the Play, Promoted Trophy and Clothing Company, Kempe International, De Grande Cycle and Sport.